is Inspired Afternoons with me, your host, Miriam Mia, and I'm going to be reading an article by journalist Faizel Patel, who is standing by in Barcelona. It says somber moods and missed flights, a South African's crazy week in Europe amid the Middle East war. The situation after the US and Israel's attack on Iran has created a sense of apprehension and dampened the mood of visitors to the Mobile World Congress. The Mobile World Congress is about technology and innovation, but there is a dark cloud hanging over Barcelona. Don't get me wrong, the MWC is great, and being a first time attendee, I'm in Tech Haven. The exhibition is filled with fantastic innovations that have made a dreams a reality. Robotic phones, humanoid robots as servants, AI chips in pins, pendants, and rings are among the tech I witnessed at the Congress, while thousands of people, including journalists, brand ambassadors, influencers, and company executives attending the event are excited about the MWS. The question is, what happens afterwards? When the news hit, I just arrived in Barcelona after my trip to Madrid on Saturday. When I turned on the hotel TV to see visuals of bombing in the Middle East, I was shocked. What would this mean for the region? For the world? As I heard that flights were grounded, my emotions turned to concern for those I'd been with at the Huawei global launch just days earlier. Who would have now to find a way home? Most of them were forced to extend the stay in Spain, accommodated in hostel-like dwellings with stretcher-like beds as they waited for news of available flights to take them home to their families. So this is an article written by a well-known journalist, Brother Faizel Patel, who is currently in Barcelona. So he was one of, they say, the casualties of war in terms of flights that were grounded. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh in Ramadan Kareem, Brother Faisal.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah for the kind words, and Ramadan Mubarak and Kareem to the listeners of Salam Media.
So you look like you got a lot of tech behind you. Are you in a store? Are you at the exhibition at the moment?
Now, I actually just came back from the Mobile World Congress. Today is the last day, and a friend of mine and are in actually a Lego store. He wanted to get something for his child, and I decided to accompany him. So we're going to actually go back to the hotel after this, and inshallah, looking forward to breaking my fast at around 6:44 today in Barcelona.
And how, yeah, so before we get to all this, I have a segment called Ramadan around the world, and I've never
Mm.
connected with somebody from Barcelona in Ramadan. So just explain to us, how is it, because we have a large Muslim population here in Barcelona, I'm told. So how is the Ramadan
Mm.
experience, the iftar experience, and Taraweeh experience in Barcelona?
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm a Musafir, so obviously I read my normal Salah. Taraweeh, obviously, I don't get the chance to read because we've got a packed itinerary. But it's difficult. I mean, it's cold one day, the hot the next day. You know, the rest of the group that I'm with are not fasting. So I have to make arrangements for, fruit to be sent up to my room or something to have for suhoor. And then iftar is normally I break my fast with a kajur and some water, and then we go out for dinner with the rest of the group. But it hasn't been difficult. I mean, if you're thinking about like getting extremely hungry, or you're thinking about, the pangs of hunger, but it's not that. It's more the thirst than anything else. I mean, if I speak to you as now, I already walked like probably 7, 8 kilometers, over 10,000 steps. So it's a tiresome and the thirst. But Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has had mercy on me, and I'm managing. So I can't complain about that. And there's always a reward in struggling when you're fasting.
Absolutely. So tell me something in Barcelona now with the airstrikes that happened over the weekend and then the retaliation again by Iran and that. How's the mood in Barcelona? What is the sentiment like maybe at the conference as well speaking? Because I'm sure the world journalists have descended there, and although they with tech in mind and the tech specialists, no doubt they are journalists and they have opinions like this. So what has been the mood and the speak about in terms of what's the happenings in the Middle East?
Yeah, look, I came from Madrid to Spain, which is about an hour's flight, same like from Joburg to Durban. I was in Madrid for the Huawei launch, and a lot of my colleagues from Madrid went straight to South Africa, but they were had their flights cancelled. And then a group from South Africa was supposed to come to Barcelona for the MWC, and they were flying Emirates, and their flights were cancelled. And that's why I wrote that story, because when they came here, they told me about rushing to gates and going through passport control, missing their flights, being rebooked on Air France as opposed to Emirates because Dubai International Airport was attacked by Iranian missiles. When he eventually got here, I mean, they missed the day. So I had like few days to rest. I had like few days to rest. So I was in a good mood. In the mornings after suhoor, I used to take a walk, my morning walks and exercise, to the surrounding areas. And it's a sort of a renowned place where a lot of the Spanish, walk along. And, you can hear the conversation because I understand a little bit Portuguese, and Spanish is almost close. And it's like they're talking about the atrocities that's been committed by America and Israel. And, I don't want to engage in conversation because you never know who's, which side they're on. But it's very somber. At the MWC for the last 2 days, people are excited, obviously, innovative tech, amazing technology. But I think today being the last day, a lot of people are worried. People are worried about whether they're going, how they're going home. A friend of mine who works for Huawei had been stuck. When you spoke about the stretcher-like beds, they were one of them. I was supposed to come back on Emirates, but that flight has now been changed to Air France. So far, there hasn't been any sort of major issues here in Spain, other than yesterday, Donald Trump going on the record after Spain, the Spanish government said that Spain will not be allowing the US to use their military bases. And then Donald Trump then it decided to impose sanctions. But I've largely staying out of the news, just at what comes on my feed and what I've seen on Al Jazeera in my hotel room.
So you've said that the airline had communicated to you that that flight is no longer had been cancelled, and they've already gave you an alternate in terms of you traveling on Air France. So how was the communication like between yourself and the airline? Were they updating you frequently, and were you satisfied in terms of the information they're giving you and the alternates provided being provided?
Yeah, look, I mean, I've only flew internally. I haven't flown externally. But my colleagues from South Africa to the Johannesburg or International Airport, when they wanted to check in on Emirates, they'd already been cancelled everything. And then the organizer of our trip actually had to rush last minute to reroute a flight. And luckily, they got a flight from Johannesburg to Paris, and to Charles de Gaulle Airport, and then from Charles de Gaulle Airport to Barcelona Airport. So I'm not sure what my experience is going to be like when I go back. I'm just hoping there isn't long passport queues. I understand from my cousin who's living in Dubai that flights have resumed at Emirates and he's coming back to South Africa. But I don't know, because of the large amount of cancelled flights, that people will be actually using Air France or other airlines. So tomorrow we do go to the airport at around, I think, 8 o'clock at night for a flight from Barcelona to Paris, Charles de Gaulle Airport. And then from there, hopefully to catch a flight from Charles de Gaulle Airport to South Africa and inshallah land just at about Juma time. So at the moment, I'm a bit apprehensive. I'm a bit scared. Not scared in the sense that something will happen, just scared that, I've been away for 10 days and I haven't seen my family for 10 days. So they've been phoning me like every day, video calling. The kids are worried. My friends at Huawei are checking up on me every day. So they're also a bit worried. And I think they're going to be more rest assured when the plane touches down at OR Tambo International Airport in Johannesburg, South Africa. And I'll be glad when I can be at home and, in the comfort of your home. I can't understand and imagine the fear and the worriedness of other travelers who are not able to go home. I have friends in Medina who stuck and can't go from Medina to Jeddah or vice versa, Medina to Mecca because of the flights being cancelled. But it seems to be easing down a bit in a sense that, America and Israel are realizing the ways of, bombing without congressional approval and that kind of stuff, that they're toning down. But, like I said, Iran has been striking a lot of Middle Eastern countries, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and many others, Israel particularly. So, a lot of uncertainty. but there seems to be some sort of confidence now.
Before I let you go, we still have a few minutes. So just tell us, what was it like at the mobile tech conference, and what can we expect? You can give us a Salam Media exclusive here. So what new technology can we expect in the coming months? So you can just give us a small snippet while we have you here for. I mean, you must have, if you are tech fundi, as you say, fanatical. So you were better than the Lego Lane was a tech conference, because you were in toy heaven for you in terms of that. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, look, the Mobile World Congress is something which is phenomenal. You will see technology that you've never seen in your life. Just to give you some snippets, but I did write a story. If the listeners want to check some of the innovative products that was launched, just go to my Instagram account, Faizel Patel 143. I posted all the videos there. But to give you an idea, most of, I'm sure some of your listeners use Honor phones. They've launched a robot phone. So a robot phone, if you are an influencer or a tech blogger or you're a vlogger like or influencer, this is a perfect phone. You don't need to carry a selfie stick. You don't need to carry a gimbal, a DJI gimbal. Everything is in the phone. So that was quite amazing. Plasma balls that you used to get, those electricity plasma balls. There's a phone that actually got lightning in this phone. I mean, it's like truly amazing. And then there's another phone called the Povo Lamborghini. That's a nice phone. The back of the phone actually lights up. Amazing, amazing device. It's done in conjunction with Lamborghini. And then Techno also released the Camo series, a very, very nice phone. Unfortunately, the three that I mentioned before are concept devices. They will not be coming to South Africa. The Camo series, I'm hoping it does. And then Honor launched the thinnest foldable, the Magic V6, a very, very
Brother Faisal, we're
thin
losing your
phone.
bus there.
So if you want to understand the battery of this phone, if you've got playing cards at home, take one phone. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Hello?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Okay, so a lot of innovative technology. So a lot of innovative technology. I'm hoping some of it will come to South Africa, like the Magic V6, which is an Honor, the thinnest smart foldable phone. It's got the world's thinnest battery as well. Like I was saying earlier, if you take out the playing card from a deck of cards, um, that's how thin the battery is. And then obviously there's Google, there's Meta, there's one phone which is currently available in South Africa. I know the price of the iPhone is extremely exorbitant, around 30 to 35,000 rand. There's a phone called Hot Wave, Hot Wave. It looks exactly like an iPhone. It's even called the name A17 Pro Max. That is available from one of the Cash Crusaders kind of shops. So a lot to look forward to. Check my Instagram handle, and inshallah, I'll be posting a lot more this afternoon.
Shukran for your time and updating us. And we make dua, Allah grant you a safe safar back home to your family, back to your homeland, South Africa, inshallah. Allah Hafiz, and shukran for giving us your time in Barcelona. That, let's leave it there. The connection's not so good. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We we're gonna go for a short. We are gonna go for a quick break, and when we back, we'll be speaking to Hafiz Abdullah Mia, attorney, who is one of his areas of specialty is estate planning. All this after the break.